Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 28th, 2025. I hope everyone's doing well. It's a real hot and muggy day again today. It's morning right now. Not sure what I'll share with videos today, but I do want to show you the results of using our 50% or vinegar, white vinegar. And so the other day I used the flame weeder, which is a pyro weeder that I got from a farmer supply center that we use in our gardens at different times, and it really is quite effective. And I shot the video showing using it on the driveway, just trying to devitalize, to damage the cell walls of the leaves of the grasses and the weeds. And that all causes them to become desiccated, to dry out, and do a big stunt to the plants that are there. And it requires subsequent re-exposure to the heat source again. It isn't about burning them, although there was some smoke and some flames when I did it. Excuse me. And so the growth on the surface, the foliage, tends to die back after a couple of days. And then if you flame weed again, well, that stuff that's died back and dried out, well, that will ignite and all. So you want to be real careful when you do this. And you probably should wear a respirator so that you don't affect your lungs as well. But right after doing the pyro weeding, the flame weeding, I got out my my 2-gallon electric sprayer, which I had to purchase after my other sprayers were destroyed in the building when it collapsed, and I use a vinegar with Dawn dishwashing detergent. Now it's considered a 50% concentration that I bought on Amazon. The vinegar is, and it's a white vinegar, and it doesn't mean that I bought vinegar and then diluted it 50-50 with water. It's more concentrated. And here's I walked along the edge of the building around here and just sprayed, and you can see it's pretty effective as far as killing or drying out, desiccating the foliage that it comes in contact with. And I'll show you the garden here in just a second. So vinegar is a contact herbicide without any residual effects for the soil organisms. I don't add salt to it because that could have a negative impact on the soil. This is really just the foliage. It gets hit, the foliage, the acidic environment of the vinegar causes the damage to the foliage, which just allows it to completely get dried out and die. And geez, you're watching some birds behind you here. And so it works pretty darn well. And we'll walk over into the western garden plot. Now, I let the weeds get way too tall, and you can't tell how tall they were right now, but when they get so tall, some of the good plants, now of course the deer are in here all the time munching on the thornless semi-erect blackberry plants. But here we are here. I just walked in here. I didn't have much left in the canister because I went over to the eastern garden plot as well. So I went down the path down here. So this is purslane. That's potentially going to come back, but I'm going to go through here in a few minutes with a weed whacker just to knock some of it down. I tried not to spray the thornless blackberry plants, but you can see I did. Now this won't kill the plant, but it knocks it back some, and the deer eating it all the time. So you can see I got this one as well. So I'm going to come in and try and weed whack down some of the weeds here and spare the good plants. That way the deer will just not have to deal with all this other stuff. They can just go to our good plants here, unfortunately. But you can see the height of them, and it's really hard to distinguish where. So under here is the thornless blackberry plant, which is same thing there as and there. So I'm going to do some weed whacking in here right now. I may share that in video, but I just wanted to show you that the white vinegar does a pretty good job of killing the foliage. Will it kill the plants? No. These grasses have quite good roots in them right now, and they're going to come back. So it's a pain doing this, but if you have them knocked down and your foliage is pretty short, if you repeat this a couple of times, it will devitalize. The roots will no longer have their resources to keep sending up new shoots, new foliage. So it can win out in the long run, and I don't think it's going to harm, as long as you do it appropriately. I don't think you're going to harm the soil microbial community. So enough said about that. I'm just going to go ahead, get my safety glasses on, and do a little bit of weed whacking here, see what we can get done.
Weeding has got to be done, and it's no fun, but we're out here in the morning sun, pulling the weeds, feeling the breeze, finding small pleasures among the trees. The one good thing about working the land, we get some exercise, and it gives us a hand. With every tug, we're making things right, clearing the way, bringing in life. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. While we're weeding, we find our place, with each embrace. The clock keeps ticking, but we don't mind. We'll find our rhythm, let the world unwind. Patience is a virtue, they always say, so we'll keep on weeding in our own sweet way. One good thing, it's a blessing in disguise, time to nourish what never dies. While we're waiting, we'll plant the seeds, tending to nature and all her needs. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. We find our place, building a future with each embrace. Every moment spent in toil brings us closer to the soil. Life keeps moving, and so do we. Weeding patiently, wild and free. We feed the compost pile, watch it grow, turning waste to wonder, slow by slow. While we're weeding, we find our place, building a future with each each embrace. So here's to weeding under the sun, finding the joy in what's to be done. The time will come when we finally see that weeding was worth it for you and me.
I just had to wash my face off with all the little particles. That's why I got to wear safety glasses when I'm doing the weed whacking. The weed whacker does a fantastic job of knocking things down. Now, I didn't do anything over in here yet, unfortunately. Thea has tried, and my granddaughters have tried, and daughter have tried harvesting blueberries from here, but the birds and the deer, well, they're just in here all the time, and they really love the tender shoots of the thornless blackberry plants. But I was able to knock down the weed load here, you know, the noxious grasses and all. But you can see by the brown, I hit some of these. Some of these ones, I think that they just kept eating off all of the tender new growth. So we'll see if something else emerges in those places, but otherwise we'll just count on some other ones. There were some that were growing up in the middle here that I ended up knocking right down. We'll see if they come back as well. But so, and you could see quite a bit of green. Now over here you could see a lot of green, and this is a place that I already used the vinegar on. Over here you can probably see it actually looks even greener because no vinegar was used over here, so this didn't get affected. So it was straight weed whacking that took care of this. The weed whacking, oh geez, come on camera, sorry about this, my gimbal. So even though this was all hit and turned brown, the new growth started coming up with these ones here, in this area here. So I did use the weed whacker and basically go over it like twice to really knock this stuff down as best as I could see. But we'll just have to see how things work out. I can't keep coming out here and weed whacking, and I certainly can't do all the weeding. Just, it'd be great if I could do that. It'd be fantastic. Well, the truth is I could do it, but at the expense of not getting the work done that has to get done, even just the planning for the building and all. And I've still got to come out here and straighten up this wall here where it attaches here. Right up in that area there where the insulator is holding it back some, so I got to get this pushed in, get it set. I've got to get things ready for pouring some walls here, repairing the blocks, those things, and trying to decide, do I need to put some tie downs here as well? They were never put in. So we shall see just how everything is going to work out here. Anyways, I'm not sure if I'll show anything else in the video, but I just wanted to show you that weed whacking there. I'm going to go over and do some weed whacking over in the eastern garden plot, which I also hit with some vinegar and got some of the blueberry plants and got some of the raspberry plants. But I at least want to knock some of that down like I did here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Wish me luck.
The blueberries busted out of their row. Can't tell where one ends or the next one goes. Blackberries, I think they're still alive. If the deer left a single cane to survive. Raspberries sprawled like a wild vine maze, tangled up in goldenrod and Queen Anne's lace. It's a berry patch jungle, no man's land, and I'm out here with gloves and a weeding plan. It's hard to find the rose these days, like nature's playing hide and raid. Deer chewing low, weeds reaching high, and time slips by like dragonflies. But I got clippers, I've got crypt, a 5-gallon bucket and a place to sit. No, I won't win this war in one round, but I'll clear a path and knock it down. I used to mulch neat, keep the edges trim. Now I fight to see where the path begins. The strawberries vanished, or maybe they fled, or got choked out by purslane instead. Still somewhere in this jungle mess is fruit and life and stubbornness. So I'll blaze a trail one weed at a time, through brambles thick as nursery rhymes. It's hard to find the rose these days, like nature's playing hide and raid. Deer chewing low, weeds reaching high, and time slips by like dragonflies. But I've got clippers, I've got grit, a 5-gallon bucket and a place to sit. No, I won't win this war in one round, but I'll clear a path and knock it down. There's joy in the chaos, peace in the fight, sweat on my brow in the soft morning light. And if I find one berry where the jungle's been, that's where the story will begin again. Yeah, it's hard to find the rose these days, but I'm out here cutting through the haze. With hope in hand and boots on ground, I'll tame this jungle pound by pound. So bring on the vines, let the briars bend. I'll prune, I'll pull, I'll turn this in. In the rose I can walk with pride again, in this berry patch jungle where the wild things grow. And men pretend.
So I went ahead and pulled a lot of the weeds first here. Given that we're going to have some real nice hot days, I'll put these at the base of the leaf mold compost pile, and I'll put some compostable just below it, so they'll start heating things up from underneath. But after I got those pulled out from the center section here, I went through with the Ego weed whacker. I gotta say, my Ego products have always been great. A lot of them got damaged and destroyed, the batteries especially, and I had to replace my weed whacker. But I'll tell you, these are just amazing pieces of equipment. They're pretty tough. As long as you've got a good string. Remember, these are auto feed strings, so you don't have to take it apart. You just feed the string in, it automatically winds it up for you. And I'll put a link in the description below if anyone's interested in. But I am a big believer in the Ego ecosystem and their equipment. So, you know, can't blame the having to replace it on anything with the Ego product. It's just what happened with the collapse of the building. But pretty happy with this. Now I ran out of string and I went through 2 battery full charges here, but this will have to get done, have to do over there as well, but I'm not going to do that today. It's almost lunchtime and I've got some compostable stuff to do. I got up in here as well and up in here, and that's about as far as I got. Really, the hedge trimmer needs to come in since I haven't kept these up to speed, so they should be topped, these heritage red raspberry plants, and aisles cut down the center of them. You know, just coming up and down, because we have all the berries down in there and you can't even see them because of all the new growth and all. And all these will fruit this fall. So by topping them, it'll be fine, topping all these buggers. I should have done it before, but as is always the case, I don't always get around to the things that I like to do. And this all has to be weeded over here as well. But this is the one garden plot that the deer, you know, have to jump the fence to get into. So I'm going to go do some composting now, and I think we'll end this video here. Just another day, hot, muggy day, and afternoon. It's time to work inside, get things done in there, and maybe we'll do a garden update soon. Well, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.